Hello and welcome to the November edition of Pork Talk. African swine fever has been decimating China's pig herd for over a year now. The latest estimates show that the Chinese pig herd was nearly 30% smaller in August than in the year before. With China now in a protein deficit, imports of pork in the year to September have increased by nearly 45% compared to last year. It goes without saying that China won't replace all of its lost pork production with imports. Domestic production of poultry and fish is increasing, and imports of all meats are higher. But having said that, where has China been importing its pig meat from? The EU is the largest exporter of pig meat to China and has been able to capitalise on the increase in demand. Exports of pig meat in the year to August have increased by nearly 40% on the year. The UK has also been able to reap some of the benefits, with shipments to China up nearly 60% on the year. Growth in the EU production is expected to be fairly marginal next year due to a shrinking pig herd, which could limit potential export growth. However, falling domestic consumption could compensate somewhat for this. As a result of the ongoing trade tensions between the US and China, US pork is now subject to an import tariff of up to 72.5%. However, Chinese pig prices have firmed to the extent that some US product is now price competitive, even with the tariffs in place. As such, shipments of US pig meat to China in August were 5 times higher than in the previous year. Additionally, last month the Chinese government announced that it would allow a set volume of US pork to enter the country without the additional tariffs. However, it is unclear what this volume is and when it will be able to enter the nation. Nevertheless, the US is in a favourable position to increase its pig meat exports. Brazil has also been able to capitalise on the increase in demand. Exports of pig meat to China have increased by nearly a third on the year to September. However, Chinese authorities have only approved a handful of plants to export pork products, which could limit export growth. With such a growing reliance on imports, the Chinese government have made recovery in domestic production a priority. According to some reports, local authorities have been encouraged to speed up the permitting process, reduce interest rates, and relax environmental regulations to aid expansion. Additionally, the central government has announced subsidies and loans available for expansion of large-scale pig farms. However, Chinese pork consumption is still expected to fall by over 20% in 2020. Consumers initially turned away from pork due to disease concern, despite ASF posing no threat to human health. More recently, rising prices may be increasingly a barrier to purchase. To keep up to date with the latest news in pork markets, please visit the prices and stats section of the AHDB pork website or subscribe to our Pork Weekly newsletter.